Griff, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah. What's up?
We got a friend. Andrew and I got a friend. We got a friend who's been dating a guy, right?
Ew. You're just
I
in front of
know.
me?
And it's like, don't you know men are responsible for all murders? That's yeah.
And most shows on television.
No. Men are responsible for most murders, but all slayings.
Yes.
Yes.
And
That's correct.
slaughters. It's in the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hardly know her.
Jesus. We have a friend who is dating a guy, but she's new-ish to dating, like hasn't really done it as an adult, whatever. And she doesn't want her first relationship to just be like some kind of like situationship thing, right? So this friend hooked up with a guy. And then as she was letting him out of the house in the morning, she
Jesus fucking Christ.
She
I don't like
opened
where
the door.
this is going.
She opened the door to let him out. He walked out of the house, turned around to say bye, and before he could say anything, she went, "I can't just be your fuck buddy," and then slammed the door shut.
Oh, why'd you do that? That's a text.
Oh my god, I haven't stopped thinking about it. It's so funny.
I mean, in terms of trying to start a relationship with someone, that is like the emotional equivalent of salting the earth. That's like putting depleted uranium in like the soil so that like nothing will grow there ever. I mean, on the list of things that someone could say to you as you were going out the door to, I don't know, maybe turn around in your mind constantly over the next, 12 to 36 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a worse thing you could say to someone as they were walking out the door, having just fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's the equivalent of like, it's the dating equivalent, right? Of like turning around to say goodbye, and then the program's like, "You have 5 days left on your free trial." Boom, slams the door.
I don't know.
You got to lock down Adobe Suite.
I feel like I have some thoughts about what we just did, but I'll be sharing those with you later.
Okay,
It's worse.
I don't understand.
Then if someone said that was interesting, I have some thoughts, but I will share them with you later. I throw up and die.
Oh,
oh
God.
God.
Oh, that's
my
bad.
My stomach just kind of turned in
See?
knots.
Yes. Oh my God. Because that's like I don't even know how to describe it.
See?
That's like the dating equivalent of seeing a one-on-one with HR pop up. Like
Exactly.
that's fucked.
Oh,
Am I gonna get
yeah.
promoted? Am I gonna
Yeah.
get laid off? Did they find my Tumblr?
Right.
Did they find my Tumblr and I'm getting promoted? Because it turns out they love weird pornography.
Dude, I used to have a reoccurring nightmare where I was called to HR and they just had a stack of my like Tumblr printed out and I had to justify everything in it to the point where I wrote a sketch about it in order to process my feelings about why I kept having the same nightmare.
That is I mean, that is God.
There's nothing especially salacious or bad on my Tumblr either. I think it's just the sheer embarrassment of someone finding your like high school social media.
Oh God.
Right, like it's not even. No, that's the thing. Is it's not even that it would be like, oh, I was liking or reblogging or whatever, or reposting necessarily salacious or disgusting stuff. It's that like that's like a very intimate look into teenager me, which is so mortifying that I would rather be vaporized like
It's
on
like-
the spot.
Yeah, like all of the like saturated super hulock gift sets, even though I've never seen any of those shows. Like that kind of shit. Just like having to just sitting with Linda from HR being like, So there were several posts about Benedict Cumberbatch and me just like melting into a puddle.
Well, it's not even fair because it's like teenager Armando is not me anymore. That guy's dead. That guy
I
died.
killed him.
Yeah.
I took him out to the woods and I bashed his brains in with a shovel.
I drowned him in all the weird porn he used to share on his private Tumblr.
I already had a hole dug in the woods. I just showed up there, blank, right in the back of the head.
Yeah, that guy thought he was being made and he showed up to a poker game. He's dead now.
Yeah.
He's fucking gone. The second thing that I'm really thankful for is that when I turned 18, I nuked all of my former social media. I deleted the Facebook that I had since like middle school. MySpace nuked itself. That one was a self-delete. It just committed suicide and I didn't have to deal with it anymore.
Correct,
that was super helpful. And then I think also the Twitter that I had. And to be clear, it wasn't like out of self-preservation. It wasn't like I turned 18 and was like, oh no, I was a Nazi. It was just like
cringe.
Cringe. Yeah, it was just cringe.
Dude, I remember the worst thing that's ever happened to me. It was during the pandemic, and I was like starting to do like content side stuff, and I got invited to do a Let's Play with AH on the RT like live stream, and I didn't know anything. I never streamed a game before. I barely had a Steam account. Like I had a Steam account from like college that I bought like 2 games on that I used. Mm-hmm. And I realized as we were playing, it was like my middle school, high school account username. So as we were playing that game, I was Googling every account with that name and deleting it so nobody could find it. Because I kept seeing in the chat, like, who is that username? Because it wasn't like the indoor kid, it was something else. And I was like, oh no, this is the cringe one. And I literally, between rounds of the game, was deleting just like playlists that were based on fan fictions that I read on like 8track on like the 8track playlist site. I was deleting old DeviantArt accounts that have my cringe cosplay pictures from high school. It was it was the worst OPSEC ever, and I've never been caught slipping since.
No, you keep your shit tight now. There's God damn. I just had a tree of life memory that sent a shiver up my spine, which is I vaguely recall like a poem that I wrote in high school that I would rather people see my Pornhub search history than read that poem. Without question. Not even close to without question. Like it is like
sad or simp?
Oh, simp. Look who you're talking to. Look who you're talking to. Friend of friends.
Yeah.
Think about your mans. This is absolute simp, absolute disgusting, vile, unrepeatable.
And in another way, also sad, incredibly sad.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah,
it was both.
Tangentially just sad. I mean yeah, the ramifications, the aftermath of it, very sad.
Oh boy,
Jesus Christ!
I love talking about former things that we did that were so fucking cringe. I'm recording this in my office. And I have like a door with a window on it that I opened the curtain up to so that, I can have some light inside. I've been expecting a package today also. The delivery driver just delivered it and made direct eye contact with me as I am clearly doing some kind of streaming or recording, sitting here. He nodded at me, set the package down, and took a picture where I know that I'm in it, just looking at him going,
incredible
work, UPS
you hate
driver.
To see it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to your delivery confirmation email and see your own visage peeking through the door.
There's so much. I have so much of that. There's so many videos of me just receiving whatever. Okay, hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
That's like we had that incident where we were recording at Crystal's place.
Oh my god, I think about that all the time.
Or we got caught you guys got caught podcasting, which is way worse optics.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty fucking bad. Dude, my partner has a shirt that says it's a really cute crop top and it says ban male podcast.
Oh,
And they'll wear it
like,
around the house
hey.
as we're recording.
hey.
And it's not even, here's the worst part. It's not even like I can be like, hey, male podcasts are what pay for our lifestyle. They're a fucking lawyer, dude. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. No, yeah. Doing like good work for the community. Like it's not
Yes.
it's we have zero legs to stand on. It is as embarrassing as one thinks.
I cannot find the picture, but I have like 3 different pictures of when I met the DoorDash driver outside and to pick up my food, and they were like, I have to take a picture. And I go, okay. And then I hold it up like a 10-point buck or a fish or something, and they take a picture, and then they send it to me, and then I get the picture of myself where I just have to see what I look like, and then I just throw away the door. I don't want to eat this shit anymore. No, fuck.
It's better than getting the Ben Affleck Dunkin' Donut picture of you picking the bags up.
Oh,
That is also
That
true.
was so much worse.
Honestly, kind of a baller move is if you had a dating profile, instead of putting the fish pic, to put a picture of you holding a fillet of fish.
all right, hold up. The UPS driver is back. He's got another package. I'm gonna go pick it up real
Oh
quick.
jeez. Also,
Hey, I can't just be your fuck buddy. All right, you guys ready to record a podcast?
Let's do it.
Welcome, everybody, to the only relationship advice show guaranteed to ruin your relationship. It's boyfriend material.
That's it.
I am your beautiful, big and tall boyfriend, Armando Torres. And joining me, as always, we have...
The bowl of porridge that is too hot, Andrew
Ooh.
Rosas.
Okay.
And the person who used to be the creator of the #1 search result if you Googled Rickroll meme, Griff.
Wow.
What a like credit, Jesus.
Yeah, seriously.
it until I deleted it in the aforementioned purge, it was you're never gonna guess what it was. Well, Andrew, you're looking at the page. What is it called when you have it's like a black background, white text picture meme format, whatever the fuck that is.
It's
like the
just
old school
a meme.
4chan.
It looks like the old, like, what do you call it? Motivation posters.
Yeah, like the old school 4chan motivational ones. It was a picture of Rick Astley, and it just said, "They see me rolling," and then below it, "They hating," and it was the #1. If you looked up Rickroll meme image, that would come up on Google search.
Wow.
Holy
Up
shit.
until I guess 2020 when I deleted it.
Well, my favorite part is that you didn't fully delete it, because I am currently, you sent it to us. I am currently looking at your old Deviant art.
Oh no, this is the one I didn't delete.
Okay.
There was one that was slightly more cringe that I did delete, and I know what you're thinking, how could it be when you're looking at this?
I know. Like, how could we
And-
dive any
and
deeper?
the answer is fan fiction only.
Oh
Wow.
my god! I didn't know this basement had a basement. Jesus
Okay.
Christ!
My favorite part about this is that, and I know that it's Deviant art, so they just do this for everybody, but instead of saying that you've had an account for 17 years, it says you've been a Deviant for 17 years.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
So this
That's over half my life.
I know, but I want that for
that's
like
crazy.
Pornhub. I want Pornhub to be like, you've been gooning for 26 years. And before you ask, yeah, the math works out. I started jerking it at 3, dude. I'm an early jerker.
dick in hand for 17 years. So this brings up an interesting thing because callers, the boyfriends at home, can't see what we're seeing, which is
And they never will.
and they never will. Griff's DeviantArt account, and she's and Griff said something very, very true. And I think about this a little. I think about this often when I'm sort of alone with my private thoughts, or with my DeviantArt account, or whatever. You see things from your past. You see things that you've done, and do you ever just like marvel? Do you ever just go, "Wow, it's amazing I've ever fucked."
Yeah.
Yes. When I look at this exactly.
Exactly. Like I'm looking at this, just like, God, this is why this is the hope for all the people out there hoping to find the loves of their life, find a satisfying sexual, physical relationship, and emotional relationship with somebody. It is possible because this stuff exists for us. Our past is so cringy; it makes us want to like curl so far into ourselves that we actually just disappear, and yet we crush. So
And yet we crush.
So
The whores of the world persevere, and yet I crush.
And yet I crush.
and yet I crush.
Yeah, I the other day, Andrew and I and my partner and a couple other friends, we went out to a boozy brunch where my partner was planning on also going on a run because they're training for a marathon, by the way. I know. Fucking crazy. My partner's training for a marathon and was planning on going running after drinking and was taking another drink and was like, I don't know if this is a good idea with all the running I gotta do. And I said, then maybe don't do that. And my partner went, well, I have to do the run. I'm going to, I promised myself that I would. And I said, no, dickhead, the drinking. And I
have to. I promised myself I would.
Then maybe stop the fucking drinking. I called my partner a dickhead and shamed them for drinking. And yet they still love me. So it never ends. Every day I marvel at the fact that anyone likes me, let alone loves me.
Let alone loves. It's actually it feels statistically impossible, yet here I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are deeply loved and deeply cared about. It's pretty crazy.
And by the way, this is not just like a boyfriend material thing. Like it's not just us three. I hate this. I'm gonna make it weird for a second. Okay. When we used to do RTX, the Tree of Life memory of a past life opening up and remembering RTX. Wow. When I used to go to RTX and we used to be there, sometimes you would see just one of the most attractive women you've ever seen in your entire life. Yes. Just a gorgeous, absolute babe. And that person would be behind a person that looked just like me going, oh my God, me and my girlfriend are such big fans of you. And then this couple would be so in love, a love unlike anything I've ever seen before. Just purely joy and happy to have each other in their lives.
It can happen. You just have to have a good personality.
Yep.
Or be Chris Damaris, because I feel like we've never talked about this before. Chris Damaris Holes. Chris,
yes,
that man. There was a point before he was in his, long-term relationship with his lovely partner that he's with now, who I love. That man would show up to every RT function with a different hot girl, and everyone would be like, he's just got like weird little guy swag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Women, I was like, I don't know what he does. I don't know what he says, but literally there's something about his little gremlin energy that hot women were just like, this absolutely yes.
You know what it is? I can tell you exactly what it is.
Leather jacket.
No, I can tell you what it is that, like, this is not a mystery to anyone who knows our good friend Chris Damaris, but a delightfully weird guy.
Yes.
I mean that all
He's
caps.
Not bad weird.
He's not bad weird. Eccentric.
Yes.
An eccentric guy. And the fact that he is both handsome,
yes,
and eccentric gives him an authenticity and a genuineness that that when you talk to Chris, you are getting exactly who, like, they are not chameleoning, they are not masking. No. You are getting that person 100%. And let me tell you, the confidence to be yourself is one of the most attractive. That is a bug zapper for hot women. I cannot being authentic and being just yourself. I mean, it's true. It is absolutely true. And the proof is in the pudding, is in the tasting. I don't like that I said that about my friend Chris. But
no one Chris's pudding.
Also, to be super clear about the kind of guy that Chris Damaris is, and I don't even mind if this gets back to him, I'd say it to his fucking face. Yeah. If it came out that when he was a child, he was part of some kind of weird science experiment where they put the brain of a really happy Labrador inside of a guy, and then that's that guy, I would believe it. He has just a
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not calling him stupid or anything at all, because he just has, there's a thing that Chris does where I think he will see something in the world and just be so genuinely joyous about seeing a thing, and it brings me joy. It's like when people describe like, oh, I get to re-experience life because I show my baby things that I used to like and then they like it. I watch Chris do that all the time. I watch Chris do that from sushi from HEB.
Yeah. Well, so this goes hand in hand with the just being kind of authentically yourself. There's another component to this, which Chris doesn't have, and I think this is his. Welcome to the glazing of Chris Damaris. By the way, this is just this, but no, this is germane to sort of just like relationship talk in general. So I think this matters. There's something else that Chris doesn't have a lot of, and I think this adds again to the allure. He is almost indetectable levels of cynicism in him.
Yes.
He is not a cynic.
No.
And that
You think he would be, but he's not.
But he's not. Well, that's the that's the like golden retriever brain that you're talking about. There's like he looks at the world so positively and like has such a like effervescence for it. And
He's happy to be here.
He's happy to fucking be here. And you know what?
They fucking do. Also, he's got a huge cock. So
I mean, flaccid to the knee.
It's a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
Yeah, he was in line for you, with you for the penis and small mate, right?
That's right. We Thelma and Louise that shit. We were hand in hand. I brought in a photo of Girthmaster for the after photo. That's what I was going for. That's what I want it to look like after the installment.
All right, you big dick lunatics. You ready to help some other people?
Let's go.
Oh, God. All right. This first question comes to us from somebody in distress. The other day, my wife and I were watching a show where a character got remarried after his wife died. That got us talking on what we'd do in that situation. And apparently, my wife is uncomfortable with the idea of me remarrying if she passes away. She has been agnostic, bordering on atheist, for the entire time I've known her. But she said that just in case there is a heaven, it would suck for her to be waiting for me only to have me show up with a new wife. I told her that this was all hypothetical and that I don't know if I'd even be able to move on, but I think she's actually upset that I would consider falling in love again. Am I in the wrong here? Should I apologize or something?
This is hysterical. This is absolutely hysterical.
Very funny.
This idea that like you're waiting in heaven, just like tapping your foot, waiting for oh, babe, I'm sorry. Why did I do Christopher Walken? Oh, babe, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring this new lady. That's insane. That's insane. That's completely unhinged.
First of all, your wife, correct?
Wife, yes.
Sorry. First of all, your wife is setting herself up for failure, because what happens when she dies and Kurt Cobain in his prime is there waiting for her? She's like,
interesting poll.
I got a guy back on Earth waiting. Well, I guess I'm waiting for him, but you're just not gonna You're just not gonna fuck prime non-depressed Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's not. Yeah, it's Kurt Cobain physically in his prime, but mentally he's been through eons of therapy.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. So now he's also mentally in his prime.
Yeah, exactly. What a pull! What an interesting pull for the guy waiting in heaven. The guy that like saunters up to you in heaven's like, "Hey, what's going on? What's your deal?
Oh my god, are you Kurt Cobain?
Are you? Yeah." So you're absolutely right. It was just you're like, man, if that guy brings another lady up here, I won't tap on the shoulder. Yes, and it's just
now you've got to go down to him in his dream and just be like, babe, I just want you to live your life. Forget everything I said. Move on.
Okay, thank you for giving me this ability to move on. Hold on, wait a second. Who's that behind you? Why do you smell like Teen Spirit? What the fuck is going on?
Whose cheerleader skirt is that?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go dig out Courtney Love. Fuck you.
Currently alive.
Courtney Love. Not dig up, dig out. I'm gonna
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna split her in half. Yeah. This is so fun. Well, because like, okay, first of all, borderlining agnostic, like hedging your bets in this way is very funny. Because the concept of like if you even entertain the idea that there is a heaven, there and what the sort of religious implications of that mean, and what we understand it culturally to be, this place that is nothing but happiness. It is your soul extended into infinity in a perfect state of like a perfect state of enlightenment and happiness and joy for all eternity. Then you can't feel bad. There's no bad feelings
in heaven.
There's no jealousy in heaven. There's no bad feelings in heaven. It wouldn't be heaven if that was the case, which is my favorite argument against it. That also, so take that completely out of the argument, and then think about the sort of the agnostic borderlining on atheist thought about it is like you die, lights out, it's over, it's gone, you're done.
Well.
You don't want your partner to be happy? I think like the ultimate extension of it, of like, it's like, my problems are over. I checked out. I punched my ticket. I'm gone. Like
my debts are done. It's
exactly.
the ultimate bankruptcy.
We said till death do we part. That's all I agree to.
Yes.
Andrew,
ding, 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 ding,
You
ding,
just found the fucking loophole in the contract, baby.
Yeah. Also, Andrew's created a paradox right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
And it's usually reserved for like a homophobic like parent of a gay child, which is how can the pain and suffering or the bad thing exist in your version of heaven? Like in your version of heaven, where everything's supposed to be perfect, how does your gay child end up in hell? Is that heaven if your child isn't there with you, kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
How is it heaven if she doesn't want you to fall in love again? You fall in love again, and then you presumably die, and your new wife presumably dies. In her version of heaven, does your new wife not get there? And how does that exist for your heaven if you love your new wife and she's not there and she loves you? What is the hierarchy? Is it first come, first serve? Or is it like truest love wins?
Okay. I've spent a lot of time thinking about this, about heaven in general. In what you're proposing is this sort of like linear timeline heaven. It's like a club that you get into at the time that you die, and then like, whatever. What you're proposing is basically a love off where you have the guy there and then his new wife and old wife, and it's like, come here, boy, come here, boy, come here. Who's he gonna go to? Looking at either or. One's got a treat in her pocket and it's a butt plug. Okay, never mind. No. I've done so much thinking about there's always good times, no bad times. They're butt plugs and they're self-lubing. I have spent so much time thinking about heaven, having grown up with devoutly Catholic Mexican family, and then pretty laissez-faire, hippy-dippy white family. It leads to a weird thing in the middle. I think that a lot of people's problem with heaven, one, is that we think about it as a linear thing. Like I said, like you die, you go to heaven, then you have to wait and I'll see you soon. Instead of like this place that exists outside of time where just like...
And space.
Yeah, where like everyone would just show up at the same time because it doesn't apply to physics. It's literally God's domain. And also speaking on the terms of like how people try to add human characteristics to God in heaven, I feel like most people treat heaven as a concept as like a financial investment almost. Like I spend my time be good here on earth and then I go heaven, which they seem to equate to just a better house. Does that make sense?
It's which is inaccurate biblically. Biblically accurate heaven, A, technically doesn't exist, and B, also sucks shit.
Yeah. It's like the staging ground for the war that's going to be held on Earth.
Yeah, like First of all, as of this moment, unless I missed something, no one is in heaven.
Yeah, we're all in purgatory.
Everyone's in purgatory.
Right.
Because
And
no one goes to heaven until, lake of fire, rapture, second coming of Jesus,
the
Antichrist, all
judgment.
that.
Yeah.
Judgment. And so like, you're going to die and just be like in a holding room with like Hitler and Mussolini and your grandma. Like,
And they're all fucking.
Yeah.
It's neither good nor bad.
Yeah, so I was a religious studies minor in college, and it was very, very fascinating. And one of the things that I learned is that, like, I would, especially American specifically American Christianity,
Yeah.
Prosperity gospel
that we know of, like 90% of American Christianity is born out of Depression era theology.
Yeah.
Yes.
This idea, like, because back then, like, the gospel was so materialized because America's material conditions were so dog shit, and the depression and everything.
Go read that. What's the book about the family and the kid falls in the meat grinder?
Fucking Upton Sinclair's. Oh my gosh,
It is Upton Sinclair.
yeah,
That book. Go read that.
No, you're thinking of that episode of Treehouse of Horror where it turns out that we're the lunch meat.
Right.
Yeah, I completely, I mean, not to make this the second nerd show that I do, but having done cult podcasts for Jesus Christ, like 8 years, fuck.
The Jungle.
For so long, we've learned so much about religion and philosophies, and also like the mixing of the two. And like Andrew said, how like American Christianity became so materialized because the living conditions were and continue to be fucking dog shit. But like, yeah, is in every other type of theology that has this sort of afterlife heaven place, like it's in fuck, I hate to go back to it. It's kind of Nirvana, shouts out Kurt Cobain. Where ultimately what happens is that you want for nothing. You become one with the universe, cease to have any kind of human personified actualization, and just sort of join the universe as one, becoming free from pain because there is no want. There is no to want in heaven.
You are separated from your ego.
Yeah. In fact, the closest thing that we've ever gotten to a representation of this Americanized materialistic heaven is The Good Place, which was the bad place. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's season 1.
Yeah, and it's old as fuck. That show's over.
Yeah.
Statute of limitations is expired on that.
Yeah.
I'm spoiling that show.
Oh fuck! I'm going to hell because I ruined a TV show on a podcast.
Oh no, that's like minus 1,000 points.
No. But yeah, here's the thing: the only way she's gonna know is if she's a ghost, and that's an afterlife. That's an afterlife that actually makes sense to not remarry in. If she has unfinished business and stays in your home and haunts your life, it's going to be really hard to move on when the literal ghost of your wife is haunting your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough sell.
Or maybe she's into it.
Hey,
maybe you get like a cuck chair, but for your ghost wife.
There we go.
I
Now
always
we're
assume there's
talking.
a ghost in the cuck chair. Is that bad?
No.
Why else would it be there?
I love that. I stay at so many hotels and I don't know what the purpose of the cuck chair is other than to literally be a cuck chair. I don't know what the reason to have it is.
There is no... Because, again, we've discussed this before. I'm putting my things on the second bed, so I don't need that chair.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
no
what are
one's
you gonna
ever
sit there and read? What are you, a psycho? Yeah.
No one's ever sat in that chair unless it was like bare cheeks to it.
Yeah.
It's a cook chair.
Well, I am a firm believer, a hard believer, you could say, that
well, go on.
that every piece of furniture in a hotel, they know that people are banging on it because that is its sole purpose.
Oh yeah.
What's this face you're doing? You disagreeing with me?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I might have a different perspective because I've actually lied this entire time. Every context of going to a hotel for me except for maybe two instances. Was a family trip. And I don't know if you guys know this. I'm the oldest, so most of my life has been spent sleeping in the cuck chair. Yeah, because what I don't know if you guys know this, but the way that a bedroom is set up when you're a family of 5 is that your parents get one bed, and then the 2 youngest get one bed, and then I sleep wherever I can fit. And sometimes, if my parents had enough points, there's like a nice like pull-out couch, and I get a whole bed to myself. But 5 times out of 10, it's me sleeping upright on with my legs on an ottoman and a pillow behind my head and one sheet and that scratchy sheet that they have that's up in the closet that no one should ever use.
Made of fucking like
fiberglass,
human hair and fiberglass.
Yeah. And then the whole trip is just my parents asking me why I'm tired and grumpy.
You can get like a cot at most hotels, right?
I think that's gone. I don't think they do that anymore.
What do you? I've definitely had that during my childhood.
I'm not saying childhood. I'm saying more into my adult, like
That's
between the ages of like 15 and now.
Huh.
There is very seldom an option for a cot. I blame capitalism.
Private
equity.
I
I know it's capitalism. I know it is. But yeah, you can get a crib, but the cots have been phased out, I believe.
Well, okay. Let me say this: 2 cribs. Chop the wood off of both 2 of the sides. That's a cot.
Yeah. That's the same as sitting in the chair with the ottoman.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
And do you know how much they separate while you sleep? So then you wake up and like your toes are going between the crevasse because you've like pushed the ottoman like away from you.
You're like Jean-Claude Van Damme between 2 chairs. You're doing the splits.
Do you know how much they move when you sleep implies that you've tried this?
Yeah, that's how bro, I went on a 7-day cruise with my family in which I slept on a chair and an ottoman for most of those days. No, for all of those days. Sometimes I would get lucky and like they would go and do stuff during the day and I would like sleep on the bed during the day, like catch some Z's, or I'd go out and like sleep in a lounge chair in the sunroom. But yeah, most of the times when my family would travel, as the oldest, have nowhere to sleep that was like an actual sleeping place.
This boy who lived ass life you are living. This is insane.
Well, what are you gonna do? I wasn't gonna share a bed. That's gross.
You're fucking okay. I've met your family. You guys are small. You're a small family. You can fit 3 of you in a bed just fine. I'm having no sympathy for you.
No, because one of my sisters kicks and the other one sleepwalks. It's not gonna work.
But there you go. Then there's only 2 people in the bed because one of them's fucking walking around.
Yeah, you get a 15 in while she's doing a lap.
Yeah, just leave the door open and she'll come back eventually.
Listen, once she's wandered off far enough and becomes a ward of the state, you can sleep in so late.
Yeah, all you need is shin guards and an open door. Your problem is solved. I don't know what you're complaining about.
I'm realizing that most of my life was me having to sleep in places because there was so I was an only child for a really long time, and then my parents fucked up and had a kid, and then they fucked up again and had another kid, and we didn't have enough bedrooms, so they turned the playroom / family room. They basically took all of the toys out and they just put my bed there. But what that means is that the front of the room was still the family room. So I was in the most precious stages of my life, like 5th grade through 7th grade, sleeping. No, 4th grade through 7th grade, sleeping in what was essentially the most used room in the house.
Yeah.
And having no privacy because that's where the TV was, that's where the computer was, that's where like the laundry stuff was. So it would just be like me trying to sleep and then like my mom coming in at like 5 a.m. so she could starch my dad's shirts for work.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know if this makes you feel any better or not. I was an only child basically my entire life, and we were just so poor we had the same thing. I had for a really long time I slept. My bedroom was the kitchen. Where I just slept on a futon that didn't have enough space to pull out, so it was just a shit couch.
Look, all I'm saying is, okay, there was the nursery and there was my room. And then for a while, the nursery, they had like bunk beds, right? And then one day, they just decided that I didn't need my room anymore. What? Why? It made no sense because it just stayed in the bunk beds.
You also could have
I was the one who was a teenager.
You could have just put the nursery in the room that you went into, so that
That's what, yes. Anyway.
Yeah, you know what? Get your mom on the phone. I got some yelling to do.
Call
her up. Let's get her on the horn.
All right, here's the deal.
Answer for your crimes.
Here's the deal. There is one part of this question that we have not addressed or answered yet, and that is...
Yeah,
that is all of it. So
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
No, we've done a good job so far of talking through the non-existence of heaven the way that people personify it to be. But should he apologize? Is he in the wrong?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Die on this hill.
I'm taking a hard line stance on this. No, I don't know.
If you take a hard enough stance on this, you won't have to wait till she's dead to have a new wife, buddy.
Internally, take a hard stance because, like, it's not gonna matter.
Jesus.
Just say, yeah, babe. Of course not.
Dude, I couldn't stop thinking about this the other day. I don't watch any of the Marvel movies, but somebody posed a question that was like, what would happen if I lost my wife in the snap and I used the insurance money to start up a failed food truck and I got remarried and had 3 kids and then she came back? What do I do? And it was very uber specific to the point where I was like, did this just happen to you?
Is this happen to you, Playboy?
But also like, holy shit, I could not imagine my wife dying, getting over it, meeting somebody else and having a family, and then she comes back. Ooh, like Castaway style. Ooh.
Yeah, that's that's rough.
Well, what if
that's
she met
rough.
someone in the snap dimension?
Interesting. Didn't know that was a thing.
Is that the thing? I've never seen these.
Okay.
movies.
I don't think
Me
so.
neither.
I think you just cease to exist.
Where do they go? They just disappear.
I think they just
disappear.
go, I don't feel good, Mr. Stark, and then turn into bad CGI dust.
Yeah. Did you inhale your best friend? You may be entitled to compensation. Oh
He's
man,
Homeola.
I was going to say friendothelioma. No.
Dude, I'm fucking taking puffs off the Greg bar, homie. Hell
yeah. Yeah. Okay, so actually, you know what? Path of least resistance. Just apologize, but it doesn't matter. Like it. These are stakeless things.
Yeah.
So yeah, path of least resistance. Just apologize, but this is very akin to. My partner had a dream about me doing something bad, and now I want them to apologize for it in real life for something I conjured into my own brain. That is psychotic.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I'm gonna be vulnerable for a second.
Okay.
Clearly, what it sounds like to me is going on is that your partner is weirdly not jealous but afraid of the notion that you could possibly love somebody else, and it's not necessarily the fear of it happening after they die so much as the subconscious fear of what if we don't work out and he meets somebody else on this plane of existence.
That's the implication.
So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna fix it by apologizing, kind of, and just saying that you like ensuring that like them that you love them here on this plane and that you want to spend every moment that you have together as humanly possible. And I hope this never happens to you. I hope this never happens to you. I cannot say this enough. I hope this never happens to you. If she dies, you got to make fucking absolutely sure. You got to see the body. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
If she comes back 5 years down the road and it turns out that they just like stopped looking and you got remarried, you're fucking dead, brother.
You're ruined.
No, yeah, you're gonna wish you were dead.
Yes.
You're gonna wish you were dead.
So
it's like,
if your partner dies or goes missing, use the insurance money to launch your own full-scale investigation, ensuring that this is not a trap and that she's really dead. And then once you are broke and penniless, start dating. I don't know, go on Hinge or whatever.
Yeah. Ooh, or die first.
Oh, or die first.
Oh, that's what I plan on doing.
You know what? That's it. That's the advice. Just die first.
Yeah.
There's so many more benefits. All right, we've got another question this week. Oh boy. My friend's mom made a move on me at game night. To clarify, I'm about Mondo's age and going through a divorce.
Oh.
My friend lives out of state and she was visiting for a week over the holidays. She invited me and some other friends over for drinks and games at her parents' house, and all night her mom drank wine and became progressively more flirtatious. It started with light touching, progressed to footsies, and by the end of the night, she had her hand on my lap as we kept bantering and low-key flirting. When it came time to say goodbye, I was the only friend to get a hug from her mom. I also think her husband, my friend's dad, was getting a bit jealous.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
Also, for extra context, they did say this in the email. They're about my age. Oh, wait, I put that in here too. Yeah. They're about my age. So they're like a 29-year-old. Should I try and make a move? Should I break up my friend's parents' marriage?
Oh my God.
YOLO.
First of all, sorry, it complicated the thing that she was still married.
Oh yeah.
The husband was there.
Big time.
That's fucked up. And no, I do not suggest that you break up a marriage and try to make a move.
Counterpoint.
However.
Let me peel you off one of these.
Okay.
Here
The
we go.
full email was about 5 paragraphs long and also had some other stuff going on in there too. Like, look, this is not, I don't want you as the question answerers to take this into account. This is stricken from the record. This was not introduced into evidence. But there's in the email, there's like a whole subplot about how one of the people involved in this story like offered him a job or something. The reason I took it out is because it's an unnecessary B plot and I'm just sticking to the main story. Sorry. However, there was some added extra context that the husband in question was being kind of a fucking fuddy-duddy throughout game night. Just like not wanting to play along, not wanting to be fun, and really not wanting to spend time with his wife. Now, is that because she had her hand in the lap of a younger man? Maybe. Also, she was pretty fucking wine drunk. That came up a lot throughout this.
She just wants some of that 29-year-old pipe, you know?
Didn't we talk about how to not end up as part of a murder suey last week?
Yes,
Yeah,
we sure did.
We sure did.
I feel like that's relevant again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're once again, a storyline is really careening toward being a forensic file.
But it's like,
Yeah.
all the best things in life end in a murder suey. Are you really going to let the fear of murder suey stop you from fucking your friend's mom?
You know,
Here, okay.
how? Okay, you have to think about it this way. On a scale of 1 to 10, how okay with you, or how okay are you, with Keith Morrison of Dateline talking to your friends and family? How okay with you? How okay are you with Keith Morrison sitting down with your mom going, oh, and your son, he was loose. Like, what are you okay with?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're gonna get murdered. Like, that's all I can think about is as soon as you said the dad, you're gonna get got.
You're gonna get got.
Here's the thing. That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario is everyone around you gets their fucking life ruined. That's the other part of this.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Okay, Mondo, you just said exactly what I'm thinking, which is like, look into your heart. You are not about to start a relationship with your friend's mom. This would be This would be an affair. You would have maybe one. It would probably be. I mean, you don't even in the email. You don't even live in the same place. Like, you were visiting. Like,
No.
Okay,
They live in the same place. The friend lives out of state and was visiting, and so that was the like reintroduction to the mom. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay, so again, best case scenario is you get to nut a few times.
And feel real bad about it, which does
And feel
make the nut
real-
better.
Correct. No,
In the moment.
In
In
the
the
moment. And then again, the post nut clarity, you feel like just absolute garbage. So you're sacrificing an easy mind for brain. And so I say don't do this. I say don't do this. It only ends in people's lives being ruined, like Mondo said.
Also, the mom. Let's call her Cheryl.
Cheryl. Yeah.
Cheryl, the way you've categorized Cheryl is a bitch who can't keep it together. In that, if you proceed with this, she is 2 bottles of Chardonnay or some other white wine away from just blowing up your whole spot.
Correct.
Either via joke or a offhanded comment to her husband who she thinks isn't listening. And now you're down a friend group,
Yeah.
presumably.
Yeah. 100%.
A lifelong friend, apparently.
A lifelong
Yeah.
friend. Again, the juice ain't worth the squeeze, so to speak.
Ooh.
In this bad boy.
But
because like
there's a flip side to that coin, Andrew.
there's a flip side of that coin.
Because when it comes down to it, for me, the action is the juice. I say you fucking do it, homie.
Okay.
Mondo
we-
doesn't care
we
about
have
the
a-
juice. He
we ha-
just like squeezing.
we have a new counter. It used to be how many times we mentioned Hitler, and then we need a new counter. So restart that clock. We also need a counter for every time we reference heat.
A movie we've never talked about directly, just referenced
No.
it.
We just referenced it.
Because I've watched it so many times. And so have you.
Yes.
Here's my thought. You're divorced. You don't want to stay in this 2-bit fucking town. It sounds like it's the town that you grew up in. There's too much baggage here for you. You know what this affair is going to do? It's going to blow up your whole fucking spot, your whole life. You are going to ruin this community. And now you have a reason to leave. This is your exit scam, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
Ooh.
this is your smoke bomb to exit stage left.
Yes. And then you leave a legacy.
Yeah.
Living legend.
I'm starting to come around on this. Man, now I'm thinking, you know what? Yeah, because I forgot the part about this guy's getting a divorce. So his life is already in tumult, which is probably why this sounds enticing. Is like,
Yeah.
listen, in for a penny, in for a pound. Everything's shit's fucked up and everything's crazy. Like, let's turn into the skid on this a little bit and fuck my friend's mom.
Yeah.
And
Cause a second divorce, so
Yeah.
they can feel what it's like.
yeah, exactly.
Oof.
God, I don't know. Oh man, there's something morbidly funny about that. Not good, but just funny about it.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing. I've told you both about a person that I know in real life who started a pretty illicit affair with their boss. And then
Yeah.
broke up that marriage. The wife found out about it and they got like were obviously pretty pissed because they have 2 daughters together. This led to a giant explosion in this guy's life where she was like, I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe blah, blah, blah. Like, our life is over. I don't know if I could ever love you again. And the husband's response was, well, I think I'm in love with this much younger girl, so I think it's fine. And the whole time this was happening, I kept thinking, I was on team like, this is a bad idea. You should not be doing this. And now I regret the fuck out of it because it turns out they're like 3 or 4 years deep into that relationship and moving in together, and everything is really good, apparently. So what I'm trying to say is sometimes all you need is an illicit affair to
Yeah.
to kickstart your second act.
yeah, dude. Maybe you guys are meant for each other.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna be vulnerable again.
Gross.
In 2012, Taylor Swift released the pop album Folklore,
Okay.
and on it there is a track called "Illicit Affairs."
Okay.
Listen to that and then make your choice.
Okay.
Is it mostly a how-to guide on how to have an affair? Yes, but does it also show you that it, usually ends badly.
Oh my God.
Also, yes, but does it sound super enticing and tantalizing in the middle part where she's glorifying it? 100%.
Andrew, she's not lying.
do it that way
I'm
too?
gonna read to you. These are the first lyrics in the song. Okay, I'm not skipping to a better part.
No. Hit me with
No,
the
it's
big
the opening line of
Opening
the song.
lines, hear it.
The title of the song is all lowercase.
Illicit affair.
affairs, plural.
Okay.
Make sure nobody sees you leave. Hood over your head, keep your eyes down. Tell your friends you're out for a run. You'll be flushed when you return.
If the road less traveled by, tell yourself you can always stop.
God
What started
damn.
in beautiful rooms ends with meetings and parking
Dude,
lots.
she's
God
sucking that guy's dick
damn.
in the fucking parking lot.
Oh man, fucking.
No, that's the thing about illicit affairs and the clandestine meetings and the longing stares.
Leave the
God
perfume
damn.
on the shelf that you picked out just for him, so you leave no trace behind like you don't even exist.
God damn, fucking oil stains on the knees of those thigh highs, getting your shit rocked, getting your knob slobbed in a fucking parking lot. God damn.
When I told you guys her favorite thing is cheating, I was not being hyperbolic.
No, she loves to do it.
Oh
She
my
simply loves to do it. But I'll touch on one thing really quick, and then we can wrap this up. But it goes back absolutely to what Griff said. That like, hey, if like the fun chaotic answer is like you're already going through divorce, fucking go for it, get a nut off, just like blow everything up, go
Misery loves company.
go
or whatever.
nuclear option. Here's where it gets complicated because this lady, like Griff said, a real sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
Like she is flirting.
Yeah.
She's flirting with a much younger person in front of friend groups, in front of her husband, hand on the lap, wine drunk. That means two things. One, you are about to have some fucking crazy sex. Two,
Brother, if she's this sloppy in her life, imagine how sloppy she is in Toppy. All right, come on.
Mention the toppy.
the second
hate
thing,
you guys.
the second
I
thing.
hate you guys.
The second thing that also belies is an inability to keep it together.
Yeah.
So like this affair will explode. There's no chance of there's no chance of a smooth landing.
No.
This either ends in you ghosting, disappearing, moving to another city,
Yeah.
or it ends again like
It's gonna be forever. It's gonna go down in flames.
yeah,
Yes.
or like cop cars pulling up to a front lawn during like a screaming match. Like
That's a different Taylor Swift song.
Yeah, this
So-
is
No body, no crime.
it also just like it reeks of I just hate that my husband doesn't pay attention to me anymore. Like it it absolutely stank of I just want him to touch me again.
She did it. I feel like she might have just done it to piss him off to get like attention.
also true.
like a petulant child, like a middle child.
Yeah. But I think you do it because here's the other thing. As sloppy as that life is, I'm going to guarantee you she can't get pregnant no more. So you're probably good.
Oh, hell yeah, dog.
I feel like that never came up once yet. And
Oh, right.
Oh,
I just robbed my friend's mom. Yeah. What Taylor Swift song is that? Does she talk about? Does she have a song for that?
yeah, actually.
it's the second part of illicit affairs.
yeah. Actually, it's mirror ball.
What did you call it? Mirror ball?
Mirror ball. That's a real
Okay,
song.
all right. I really thought you said mirepoix, like the base
No.
for flavor and cooking. Okay. So yeah, what we're saying here is I think you should fucking do it, but there's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't. But I guess that what this comes down to is are you a fucking closer?
Yeah.
So I hope that helps. And please, for the love of God, please send us an update on what you choose to do. I cannot.
I don't
stress
think
this
I've
enough.
ever wanted to follow up
More in my entire life.
on one of our questions
Ooh,
from one of our callers.
Zooey mama. All right, guys. Hey, if you want to send in a question, the well is running dry. We would love to hear
Yeah.
from you.
We desperately need more questions.
Yeah, send us your messy shit. Send us your relationship shit. It's better if there's like a specific argument that you guys have. I know we've had a couple of people that have been like, okay, here's the thing. The well is not dry on people sending us questions of like, I don't know how to date. We're gonna address that. All right. We have started building the boyfriend material dating profile improvement system.
We're gonna sell you a course.
Yes.
And you think this is a joke. It's not, baby.
It's not.
So that is coming for all those people. But if you have specific questions, or if you have something going on in your life that you want some input on, the same input that friend's mom wants, then hit us up. Send us an email to midnightsnackcontact@gmail.com. You can also DM literally any of us on any platform that we're on. And the Midnight Snack socials. And if you want to find me on social media, it's very easy. I'm at Mondo Does Stuff, MANDO Does Stuff, all one word. I'll be in Kansas City, both Missouri and Kansas, doing some shows and doing a live episode of Cult Podcast on March 29th. So I'd love to see you there. Come out, come show up. It's going to be great. If you're a fan of Cult Podcast, get those tickets early because they sell out every fucking year. So please
Super dude.
come see us. It's going to be so fun. And that's all for me. Andrew, where can people find you?
Folks, find me on Instagram at Instagram.com / I don't know. My handle is andrewroses.ig. That's the easy. Why was I going to give you the whole fucking
I don't know.
URL?
Go to https.
:/ andrewroses.ig is where to find me on Instagram. That's where I'm posting new things that I'm working on. It's kind of just my creative hub for all my stuff. Also, putting out the call here too for questions, but specifically, we're going to try to do a special bonus episode. We're calling the Down Bad Files Dispatches from the Front. Down Bad Files Dispatches from the Front. So I would like you all to send emails or messages or DMs or whatever, describing things that the most down bad shit you've ever done. Like something so simptacular that you just was like, I mean, listen, and it'll be a safe space. It's a bonus episode.
It's anonymous.
It's anonymous. It is anonymous, but we are going to, for a bonus episode, really delve into some of the down bad shit that we do as deep feelers here on this podcast,
brother.
So the Down Bad Files. Send in your the most depravedly simping shit you've ever done.
Here's one that I'll give you for free. It's not even the worst thing that I've ever done. Armando Torres, age 19, took a train, used the last amount of money in my bank account to take a train from San Diego to Palmdale, California, home of Afro Man, just so that I could go on a date and get a cheek kiss from a girl. And I could not afford my way back. Had to call my mom to put some money in my account.
And then she asked you to read a script.
Oh, that was a different one. Jesus Christ.
That's a great example. Great little like hot, just like, little great example. Love that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know the perfect. My girlfriend has a down bad story that is going to blow you. He's gonna blow your hats off, guys.
Blow your tits clean off.
Gonna blow your tits clean off your body and onto someone else. It's so bad.
So stay tuned for that bonus episode coming soon. Because we need to hear. We need to maybe hear about how down bad our listeners are out there.
Yeah, and if you're looking for the place where you can hear bonus episodes like that and more, because we are consistently putting out bonus content, you can go to patreon.com/midnightsnacktv or www.bigoldcocksanddicks.com. But it's probably easier to just remember patreon.com/midnightsnacktv. Griff, what do you got going on?
I am the _indoor kid on all platforms that allow an underscore, and if it doesn't, just take it out. And I'm not doing much, so like my DMs are open. Send me something funny.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to do it for us this week. I think what I'm going to leave you with is that if you got a hot single in your area that is the mother of your best friend, maybe put out those feelers, dog. Maybe do some light flirting. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, report
And hype
back.
yourself up by listening to Taylor Swift.
Yes, put on
Yes.
illicit affairs, dude.
Yeah, have that shit blasting as you pull up to the house and the dad is watering the lawn.
Oh God. All right, fuck. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
You know, I'm very proud of us for not making a Stacy's mom joke. It was right there.
Oh fuck! I forgot. Run it back.
Run it back.
Is your
Okay.
name Stacy?